fathers never established us to have a Federal Reserve System. They didn't establish us to even have a party system. George Washington was opposed to a party system. And don't let anybody tell you that we started out as a two-party system, because we did not. As a matter of fact, when parties started to form, there were several. If you look at the party affiliations of the first 15 presidents, they all vary. And it wasn't until our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, that the Republican Party started to take foot in the country. So it's people really need to know history instead of what they learn in the public indoctrination system.
Mm-hmm. Now, going across the party lines, are there any names you want to drop in terms of people that you trust that are in Congress? We know about Ron Paul. Cynthia McKinney used to be in office, unfortunately not any longer. What are some names you'd like to drop for some people that are listening that we might want to check out?
Right now, Ron Paul is the one I follow the most. I liked Tom McClintock. I'm not sure him and I agree on war issues, but I like him. He's here in California. To be honest, I like the candidates that are out there better. Like Adam Koresh. I'm a huge fan of Adam and Peter Schiff and more liberty-minded individuals. During the last presidential election, besides Ron Paul, I did end up voting for Chuck Baldwin. Most of the people that I follow and I like really aren't sitting up there in Washington D.C.
Well, Chuck Baldwin, he definitely is addressing some serious issues. He wrote recently in an editorial, is Obama preparing to deploy 1 million troops to the United States? And so he's talking about some of these preparations being made, asking the big question, hey, what's being planned here, especially when the MIAC report targeted Baldwin, as well as Aaron Russos supporters and Ron Paul.
Yes, I encourage your listeners to Google Chuck Baldwin, get on his email list, and read what he writes. He's a very wise man, very humble man. He knows what he's talking about. And anyway, those are the people that I like. I also like Liberty Candidates 2010, Gigi Bowman. She's done a great job of doing her research on candidates and putting candidates together. So go look at that list. I'm a supporter of Rand Paul.
And then we'll talk about him. He is the son of Ron Paul, and he's also running for office. So there.
Yes.
Okay. And is that also in Texas, or what state is that in where he's running?
No, he's running in Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay. Well, definitely, that's all very important information. I want to ask your opinion on one thing. So say you're elected governor. Let's hope you are, but at the very least, we're getting the information out there for people that are pessimistic, thinking that the independents can't win. It's about getting the issues out there on the table so we can talk about it. But say this situation, and I don't think it's going to get better, our economy, job losses, say it continues to spiral out of control. Where do people go when they don't have a home? In an ideal system, if we were in charge of our own government, how would we manage this problem that's coming like a train straight out of hell in our direction?
Well, if I do, are you asking if I do win or if I lose? Because if I
let's just say you win and we have our way and we're going to go ahead and try to do something about this growing homeless problem.
First of all, we have to get the federal government. First of all, I'm for ending the Fed. I do not want this state, the state of California, to have any affiliation with the federal government. I'm looking into a centralized state bank. I've just became aware of Ellen Brown via Dr. Stanley Monteith.
Oh, she's great.
Oh, yes. So I have her DVD. I am going to watch that and have a conversation with her, but I am looking towards that, and I want to thank Dr. Monteith for putting me on to her and her idea. And that's what we need to do. We need to have state sovereignty. That is the only way that we as individuals are going to be able to strengthen our economies is by being just state, running ourselves. And going back to, again, the founding fathers, they were all landowners and had their own businesses. It was not corporatism, it was capitalism, and that's what we need to get back to. Hiring taxes need to be lowered. It is a fallacy. The socialism has taught us throughout these decades that hiring taxes helps. No, lowering taxes helps. It stimulates the economy. It's the other way around. So these are some of the ideas that I have, but state sovereignty it has to come first. If I don't win, like many others, it's time to go to the mountains, and be self-sufficient, because it is going to get worse. If liberty-minded candidates don't win in 2010 and 2012, I really shudder to think what it's going to be like 4 years from now.
Well, I pray that people watching this show that are addicted to the fake left-right paradigm check out your website and take a look at some of the issues that you're raising, and take a look at some other candidates that we can also look at locally. Maybe some more people that are watching this show should run for office so we can actually make a difference.
Yes, I ask people all the time to run for office. Every time I'm at an event, it's, part of my spiel. Each of you need to run for office. And here's another thing, because people say, well, you've never been in office, Chelene. No, I haven't. That's the way it was designed. We were not supposed to elect career politicians. So don't listen to the propaganda that you must be experienced. No, you do not. You just need to be an American who believes in the Constitution. And as far as a governor, it gets to appoint a cabinet of about 400 people. So you get to surround yourself with experts in their field. The important thing is that you get a candidate in office that shares your viewpoint and has a love of the Constitution. Because if you can do that, then they're going to surround themselves with experts who can help in the areas that you are weak in. So
exactly.
The most important thing is to vote for liberty and to not be party loyal. I cannot stress that enough.
Now, you have the website, nightingaleforgovernor.com. Before I let you go here in a moment, any other websites you want to plug also so people can get more information?
NightingaleforGovernor.com. I also want to plug, I believe she just has a Facebook. I'm not sure there's an actual website, and there's just a meetup group for it too, and that's Liberty Candidates 2010. I definitely agree with that. I agree with the 10th Amendment Center. I don't have their links in front of me, I'm afraid, but I support those. Here in California, I support CCIR and San Diego Minutemen. And I'm one of those people that supports the American Grand Jury. So those are Campaign for Liberty is a must. Those are the ones
Campaign
that I
visit
most frequently. Second, I just one of my supporters helps run a forum here, Open Carry. My friend Jeff Schwilk of San Diego Minutemen was one of the first people that I knew that was part of the Open Carry movement. So I very much support the Open Carry movement as well. So.
Right. Well, I thank you for coming on, Chelene, and I wish you the best of luck. I hope to hear I hope you see you on the mainstream media sometime soon, at least getting your views and ideas out there.
Thank you very much, Alex, and I appreciate this opportunity, and I like what I heard from you tonight. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And with that, Bill, go ahead and roll that clip we got ready. Not Koyatsi is a documentary film that was made a couple years ago. It's an amazing piece of art. We'll go ahead and roll that for a couple minutes, and I will attempt to get a hold of our next guest, Adam Kokesh. Be back in a few.